Hello students, let us solve some numericals. Today I am not going to write the problem. So you have to open your textbook, page number 12, example 1.6. I have written here example 1.6. A tiny stone of mass 20 gram is tied to a practically massless, inextensible, flexible string and whirled along vertical circles. The mass of the stone is given as 20 gram and 20 gram is equal to 0.02 kilogram. The speed of the stone is 8 meter per second when the centripetal force is exactly equal to force due to tension. So here our knowledge about vertical circular motion is tested. The speed of the stone is given as 8 meter per second, but it is at the point where the tension in the string provides the necessary centripetal force. When we remember the different points in vertical circular motion, then we know that at midpoint C, the tension in the string provides the necessary centripetal force for circular motion. So this value of the velocity is at midpoint. This is V at midpoint, MID, midpoint. We are asked to calculate minimum and maximum kinetic energies of the stone during the entire circle. We know that in case of vertical circular motion, the speed is maximum at the bottom, and as we move in upward direction, the speed goes on decreasing, and at the topmost point the speed is minimum. So when the speed is minimum, the kinetic energy naturally will be minimum, because kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So when V is minimum, the kinetic energy will be minimum. When V is maximum, the kinetic energy will be maximum. So for calculating the minimum and maximum kinetic energies, we are going to use the principle of conservation of energy. In the problem, it is given that the length of the string, that is the radius of the circle. Here the problem is such that the stone is tied to a string and it is whirled in vertical circle. So length of the string means radius of the circle, and it is given as 1.8 meter. Now simply we have to apply the law of conservation of energy. So we are going to consider the point A and point C for calculating minimum kinetic energy. So here, according to principle of or law of conservation of energy for points A म्हणजे top point and point C, that is midpoint. So we have to apply the law at top point and midpoint. the energy, the total energy along this vertical circular motion remains constant. That is the law. So TA is equal to total energy, rather TE at point A is equal to total energy at point C. The total energy is sum of the kinetic energy of the particle and the potential energy of the particle at point A is equal to kinetic energy at point C plus potential energy at point C. Now kinetic energy at point A, it is the minimum kinetic energy. So we have not to substitute for it. We simply write kinetic energy minimum because at point A it is minimum. But potential energy is maximum at point A and it is 2 mgr. Potential energy is always mgh, and in case of point A it is at a distance twice r. So h is equal to 2r here. Therefore we get the equation for potential energy as 2 mgr. So kinetic energy at point C is half m Vc square, means V mid square. This is nothing but Vc. So plus potential energy at point C is mgh again. So h is equal to r here. So it becomes mgr. We are interested in this minimum kinetic energy at point A, that is top point. Therefore, let us transfer this term to the other side, that is right hand side, so as to get kinetic energy minimum is equal to half m Vc square plus mgr minus 2 mgr. So it will give plus mgr minus 2 mgr, means minus mgr. So it will give us half m Vc square minus mgr. Now we have to simply substitute the values. So it comes out to be half m means 0.02 into v square. V is 8 meter per second. So here 8 square minus m, again it is 0.02, g is 10 and r is 1.8. Therefore, when we divide by 2, we get 0.01 and this is 64. 8 square is 64 multiplied by 0.01 gives us 0.64 minus, this is 18, 1.8 into 10 is 18, 18 into 0.02 means 0.36. So now we have to subtract 0.36 from 0.64. So we obtain the value as 0.28 joule. So the value of minimum kinetic energy comes out to be 0.28 joule. Now the maximum kinetic energy we have to calculate. For that, again we apply the law of conservation of energy. So applying law of conservation of energy, law of conservation of energy, 2 points. Now for maximum kinetic energy we have to consider point B and point C. Points B means lowest point, and point C and C, that is midpoint. So again the same principle we have to use. Here again we have to write total energy at point B is equal to total energy at point C. The total energy at point B is the sum of the kinetic energy at point B. So it is equal to kinetic energy at point B plus potential energy at point B is equal to kinetic energy at point C plus potential energy at point C. So kinetic energy at point B means maximum kinetic energy. We have not to write down formula for it. It is maximum because we have to calculate the same maximum kinetic energy. Plus potential energy at point B is 0. The point B is considered to be at ground level. Then kinetic energy at point C is half mvc square. Half mvc square. Plus potential energy at point C is mgr. Now no need to calculate this again. We have calculated half mvc square as 0.64. So I will directly write the value as 0.64 plus mgr. Also we have calculated the value of mgr as 0.36. So it is 0.36. When we add the two, we get 1 joule. So the maximum kinetic energy in this vertical circular motion will be 1 joule, and the minimum kinetic energy will be 0.28 joule. Now in the second part, we have to find out the position of the particle such that at that point the tension in the string and the weight of the body, they are numerically equal. Let us solve that. In the next part of the problem, it is said that let theta is equal to 0 be the angular position of the string when the stone is at lowermost position. Means at this point B, theta is considered as 0. Determine the angular position of the string when the force due to tension is numerically equal to weight of the stone. Means we have to find a point P where the tension, the magnitude of tension and magnitude of the weight will be the same. If we consider the tension T is equal to 0 here, then tension at the bottom point comes out to be 6 mg. That we know. This is 6 mg is the tension at point B. If we consider here at point A, if the tension is considered as 0. And at point C, the tension comes out to be 3 mg. This is TC. TC is equal to 3 mg. That is, we are observing here as the tension goes on decreasing as we move from point B to point A. Means the tension will be mg in somewhere in this quadrant. Let us consider an arbitrary point P here. Suppose the point is here. Then we join the point and the center of this sphere. So this is point P and tension is acting in this manner towards the center O of the circle. Now at point P, the weight of the stone is acting vertically downwards. This weight we can resolve into two components. Now we have to find out position theta, and theta is measured from this OB line, AB or OB. So this angle is theta and we have to find out theta such that at that point the tension and the weight has the same magnitude. So as we have extended this line further, and this is vertical line, this is also vertical line, this angle will be theta and the component here it will be mg cos theta, and the another component which is perpendicular to this component will be mg sin theta. We are not interested in that. Here, as the stone is performing vertical circular motion, the centripetal force will be required and it is obtained by resultant of these two. That is, Tp minus mg cos theta is equal to mv square by r. P minus mg cos theta is equal to m v square by r. We are considering v as the speed at point P. So it may be written as Vp square. We are interested in finding out Vp or Vp square. For that, it is given that the tension is equal to mg. So for the tension, we shall substitute mg. So mg minus mg cos theta is equal to m by r into Vp square. Now mg is common here. In bracket, it will be 1 minus cos theta and it is equal to m by r into Vp square. Now m on both sides will cancel, and for Vp square we have to transfer this r to the left hand side so that we get gr in bracket 1 minus cos theta is equal to Vp square. So this value we will have to use later on. So let us mark it as equation number A. Now another thing in this case is that if we draw a perpendicular from point P on the diameter AB, then suppose it intersects the diameter at point P dash. The total radius of the circle is r. Suppose this distance from point B to P dash is h. Means when the stone moves to position P, it is at height h above point B. So this remaining length will be r minus h. From this triangle, this r minus h upon this r is equal to cos theta. So cos theta is equal to, now from figure, r minus h means the adjacent side divided by hypotenuse means r is equal to cos theta. So r minus h is equal to r cos theta. So h, if we transfer h to this side, it will be positive, r minus r cos theta. So this is r in bracket 1 minus cos theta is equal to h. This is the another value which is important for further derivation. Now again we have to apply the law of conservation of energy. 2 points C and the point P. So applying law of conservation of energy 2 points. Which points? Point C and point P. Point C and P. What we get? Total energy at point C is equal to total energy at point P. So total energy at point C is the sum of again kinetic energy at point C plus potential energy at point C is equal to kinetic energy at point P plus potential energy at point P. Now kinetic energy at point C is half m Vc square plus mg r for point C. The potential energy is mgr is equal to kinetic energy at point P is half m Vp square. Here we have calculated Vp square plus the potential energy at point P. So potential energy at point P is mgh because the point is at height h above point B. And here m is in each term, so it will cancel, or we shall take m common in bracket half Vc square plus gr is equal to m common half Vp square plus gh. Now m cancels with this m, so we shall substitute. Now for Vc we have 8 meter per second square so 8 square plus g is 10 into r is 1.8 is equal to half Vp square. We have to substitute the value as gr into 1 minus cos theta and plus GH. So plus G into H is R into 1 minus cos theta. Here 1 minus cos theta is common. So here half GR, here 1 GR. So it will give us 3 by 2 GR in bracket 1 minus cos theta. And here the value comes out to be equal to 64 divided by 2 means 32 plus 18. And here also it makes 50 on the left hand side. 50 is equal to 3 by 2 into G is 10 and R is 1.8. 1 minus cos theta. Now this makes 18. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So 3 into 9. 3 into 9 in bracket 1 minus cos theta. It makes 27. So 50 upon 27 will be equal to 1 minus cos theta. Now this implies that cos theta minus cos theta is equal to 50 upon 27 minus 1 is equal to minus cos theta. So this comes out to be 23 by 27 is equal to minus cos theta. Therefore, cos theta is equal to minus 23 by 27. When we use the log table and find the value of theta, it comes out to be 148 degrees 25 minutes. So the position of the particle P is such that it makes an angle of 48 degrees 25 minutes with the line AB. So with OB rather, with OB the angle made is 148.25 degrees and 25 minutes. So in this manner we have to solve this problem. Let us solve problem number 17, page number 25. Again open your textbook and read the problem. In the problem it is given that a pendulum consisting of massless string of length 20 centimeter. The length of the string is given as 20 centimeter and 20 centimeter is equal to 0.2 meter. And a tiny bob of mass 100 gram. So mass M is given as 100 gram means 0.1 kilogram. It is 100 gram is equal to 0.1 kilogram. It is set up as a conical pendulum. Its bob now performs 75 revolutions per minute. Means the frequency n is given as 75 revolutions per minute, means 75 divided by 60 hertz or when we calculate it comes out to be 1.25 hertz. Calculate the kinetic energy and increase in the gravitational potential energy of the bob. It is also given that pi square is equal to 10. Now here I have drawn the diagram of conical pendulum. The length of the pendulum is given as 0.2 meter. This length is 0.2 meter and this is the equilibrium position of the simple pendulum. But when it is given such a motion that the string describes a cone whereas the bob describes horizontal circle, then it becomes a conical pendulum. In case of conical pendulum, the kinetic energy of the bob of the pendulum is asked. Now for the conical pendulum, we know that the kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. But for the conical pendulum, we have calculated the velocity v is equal to under root rg tan theta. So v square will be rg tan theta. So kinetic energy will be half m into rg tan theta. Now what is this r? R is the radius of the circular path of the bob. Hence here R is the opposite side of angle theta and L is the hypotenuse or length of the string. Therefore this side, that is the radius of the circle, comes out to be L sin theta. So instead of this R, let us replace it by L sin theta. So this becomes m into L. L is written as capital, so here also we shall write capital L. L sin theta into G into tan theta means sin theta upon cos theta. Here it becomes half of ml into G into sin square theta upon cos theta. Now let us calculate the value of cos theta. For that, what we have to do is, we have to use the equation for frequency n of the pendulum. It is equal to 1 upon 2 pi under root G upon L cos theta. This is the equation for frequency of the bob of the conical pendulum. Let us square the equation. So we get n square is equal to 1 upon 4 pi square G upon L cos theta. We are interested in L cos theta, hence I will transfer that term to the other side so as to get L cos theta is equal to 1 upon 4 pi square into G divided by n square. Now pi square is equal to 10, G is equal to 10. So here we shall write G is equal to 10 divided by this 4 into pi square is again 10. It is given in the problem, into 1 upon n square. N is 75 by 60. So 1 upon n becomes 60 upon 75, and square of it means again 60 upon 75. 10 cancels with this 10. Now 4 and 60 makes here 15. Here 15 and 75 gives 1 by 5 here. Now 12 5s are 60. So here again we obtain 12. So the final answer is 12 upon 75. So it gives us 0.16 is equal to L cos theta. Now L is given as 0.2 meter. So 0.2 into cos theta is equal to 0.16. So cos theta is equal to 0.8. Here we have obtained the value of cos theta. The another thing to simplify this is, we know the equation sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. So sin square theta will be 1 minus cos square theta. As we know the value of cos theta, we shall convert sin square theta into cos square theta. So this will be mgl 1 minus cos square theta upon cos theta. Now the things are very simple. We have to substitute the values. Half m is 0.1 kg, g is 10, L is 0.2, and 1 minus cos theta is, cos square theta is 1 minus 0.8 square means 0.64 divided by 0.8. Now this half with this 0.2 makes 0.1, and 0.1 divided into 10 gives 1. So this is equal to 1. So these all things makes 0.1. So 0.1 into 1 minus 0.64, it makes 0.36 divided by 0.8. So when we multiply this, it becomes, or I may write down, this is equal to 0.01 into, this point is displaced by one place to the right, so that it becomes 3.6 divided by 0.8. So when we divide it, so it will be equal to 0.01 into 36 upon 8. So it becomes 45 multiplied by 36 divided by 8 gives us here 4.5. 4.5 into 0.01 gives us 0.045 joule. So thus we have obtained the kinetic energy of the bob of the conical pendulum. Now the remaining thing is the potential energy of the increase in the potential energy of the bob of the pendulum. Now we have to calculate increase in the potential energy when the bob of the pendulum, conical pendulum, revolves along a horizontal circle. This is the equilibrium position of the simple pendulum, but when it starts rotating, here it is at a distance small h from the initial position. Here this distance is h, suppose, from the initial position. As it makes some angle with the vertical, it is at distance h above the original position. Now let us complete this triangle. In this triangle, this is semi-vertical angle theta of the conical pendulum. Then this is L. So when I draw perpendicular on this O B, suppose, point, then at P dash the perpendicular intersects. So O P dash is L minus H. So OP dash is equal to L minus H. But as this angle is theta and the hypotenuse is L, this is the adjacent side of theta. So it will be L cos theta. So we have the equation L minus H is equal to L cos theta. Now let us transfer this H to the other side so that it becomes positive, and this L cos theta when transferred to the other side becomes negative. So L minus L cos theta is equal to H. So take L common so that we get 1 minus cos theta is equal to H. We are interested in value of H here because we know that increase in the potential energy, increase in potential energy is equal to mgh. Now this increase in potential energy delta P is equal to mg into h is L in bracket 1 minus cos theta. H is L into 1 minus cos theta. So we have substituted the value of H here. Now the remaining things are substitution of values and calculation. So M is 0.1, G is 10, L is 0.2 and 1 minus cos theta is 0.8. So this 10 with this 0.1 makes 1. 1 into 0.2 is 0.2. In bracket 1 minus 0.8 makes 0.2. So 0.2 multiplied by 0.2 gives 0.04. So change in potential energy is, so change answer, change in potential energy is equal to 0.04 joule and kinetic energy is equal to 0.045 joule. Thus, we have obtained the answer for change in potential energy or increase in potential energy and kinetic energy of the bob of the conical pendulum. Now, The third problem, that is problem number 18, page number 25, is about the sphere of death. In the problem, it is given that a motorcyclist, it is considered as a particle, is undergoing vertical circles inside the sphere of death. The speed of the motorcycle varies between 6 meter per second to 10 meter per second. We are asked to find out the diameter of the sphere and how much minimum values are possible for these two speeds. Means we have to find out the minimum speed at the top of the sphere and minimum speed at the bottom of the sphere. We know that for a sphere of death, the condition is same as that of the stone or the bob tied to the string. Only in this case, the tension in the string is replaced by the normal reaction. So, what is given in the problem is that the maximum speed is 10 meter per second and the minimum speed is 6 meter per second, and we are asked the minimum values of the possible speeds and the diameter of the sphere. Here we are asked about the diameter of the sphere and we are asked about the minimum values at the top of the sphere and at the bottom of the sphere. Now we know that in case of sphere of death, the minimum value at the bottom is under root 5 Rg. In order to complete the vertical circle, the minimum velocity at lowest point must be equal to under root 5 gr or Rg. And at the top point, suppose it is highest point, so Vh, it must be at least equal to Rg. This we have studied. Now in order to calculate the diameter, whatever values we are given, we have to use these values as minimum and maximum values for 2 points. Suppose there are 2 points A and B along this sphere, and we have to use the principle of the conservation of energy for these 2 points. Let us call the speed at lowest point as it is maximum 10 meter per second is Vl, suppose, and Vh is 6 meter per second. So for the highest speed or at the lowest point, so suppose we call this as point B and this as point A, then total energy at this lowest point B is equal to total energy at highest point, means at H. This is point B, this is point A. Now it is the sum of kinetic energy at point B plus potential energy at point B is equal to total energy at point A, means kinetic energy at point A plus potential energy at point A, means highest point. Kinetic energy at point B is half. At point B we have written VL, half m VL square plus potential energy at point B is 0 because B is considered at ground level. Kinetic energy at point A is half m VH square plus potential energy at point A is 2 times mgr. We are interested in finding these 2r. So half, I will transfer this term to LHS. So half m VL square minus VH square is equal to 2 times mgr. Now these two, m cancels with this m and 2 is transferred to this side. So we get VL square minus VH square is equal to 4gr. Now VL is given as 10 meter per second. So square of 10 minus square of 6 is equal to 4 times 10 into r is not known. Let us write this 2 times 10 into 2r because it is diameter. So it is equal to 20. So this is 100 minus 36 is equal to 64 is equal to 20 into 2r means diameter. So 64 divided by 20 gives us diameter. So diameter is 3.2 meter is the diameter. Therefore radius will be 3.2 divided by 2, that is 1.6 meter will be the radius. Now we are asked to find the minimum velocities at the top and at the bottom point. So V top at top position is given by under root Rg. So R is equal to 1.6 into G is 10. So this makes under root 16. So we get the velocity at the top point, minimum velocity at top point as 4 meter per second. Now at the bottom point, the minimum speed must be under root 5 Rg. So V at bottom point, V bottom is equal to under root 5 Rg and it is equal to under root 5 times R is 1.6 into 10. So it is 4 under root 5 meter per second. So this is the value, minimum value at the bottom of the sphere, and 4 meter per second is the value of the speed at the top of the sphere of depth. This is V bottom. So in this manner we have solved now 3 problems. First problem was on vertical circle, second problem was on conical pendulum, and third one is on the sphere of depth. It is problem number 18 and page number 25-26. So here we have taken some numericals from the chapter rotational dynamics.